Swapped an engine. We swapped a 5.2 Voodoo out of a wrecked Shelby into this thing in less than a month. It's running and driving. I cannot believe it. Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. Back on days off. This is episode 41, and on this episode we are going to get the verdict fired up today, like soon. I was working on putting the Deechworks 400 fuel pump in. It's all installed. I'm like fairly high on gas fumes, so taking a quick break. Got to make a parts run really quick. I forgot to grab some hose clamps and stuff, so I'm going to go down my list, check off everything I had to grab, get the last few things. The fuel pump's in, all the systems are plumbed in. I just have to put fluids in the motor, in the trans, coolant in, and then a couple little clamps and stuff, a couple things to hook up. Oh, I gotta tack the collectors to the V-bands, and then I have to put the O2 sensors in. So that'll be the next big kind of chunk. Probably take like an hour or so. Anyway, I'm gonna go grab some clamps and stuff really quick, get back here, do the collectors, fill up every fluid in the car, and then hopefully it'll be ready to light off. Maybe I'm just like imagining things because I'm super like, whoo, from the gas fumes. Anyway, everything's back in. It's just much easier if I just got to it because that is a shitty job. All right, I'm running out to the parts store. I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, about to fill up the transmission with some new gear oil, or I guess ATF in this case. It's really weird that it calls for ATF and not like set oil, but whatever. It's manufacturer spec, so I'm gonna follow that. Hey, Chris. All right, guys are back again hanging out, and we're getting pretty close to being able to fire up. I'm just gonna tack these V-bands on the collectors so we can run these O2 sensors, not put the car in a closed loop. Once that's done, I'm gonna bolt them up. We're gonna put the tune in. We're gonna hit the button. Oh, I'll be welding again. The collectors are too short.
What do you mean too short?
They hit the trans down, so I just tilted them down.
So it's an open header right now?
Oh yeah.
Like not even those pipes that you want?
No, it's on those.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But 16 inches of pipe with the header is open header.
Yeah.
Hey look, you guys finally hit your girl stunt.
Give me a mushroom.
That was awesome. All right, I'm putting the battery back on for the first time in like a month.
We're going welding.
We're going welding?
We're going welding.
Chris is all jazzed because I was welding.
The throttle body moved.
It did. It's cycled. I did get the mushroom.
Son of a bitch. That's going in, isn't it?
Yep. Hey, this is what happens when you show up to the garage, guys. That is power to the car. Time to install tune. Maybe fire it up. I'm so excited. Everything's got power. Oh, I gotta put oil in it. I should put oil
That would
in
have
it.
been awkward.
That would have been really awkward.
That would have been expensive.
Really expensive. Okay. All right, the RTD is plugged in. It's got power. Everything's plumbed. We got oil in the motor. Oil in the trans. These guys are waiting patiently to see some action. Oh my God. It might happen. Oh my God. Noise. Service advance track. C manual. Press clutch to start. Oh, I didn't bleed my clutch. Forgot to do that. I don't know if that's gonna...
That's fine. Is it in gear? Just take it out of gear. That's all that matters.
This is literally all you do to bleed the clutch.
It's self-bleeding?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
I think there's fluid in there. I don't know how much. Okay. My phone is communicating with that little guy because couldn't get 2 laptops to do the job. I don't know what the deal is with all this, but I just followed the instructions for once, which was amazing. And it says setup is complete. I don't know. Flash? Oh, that's awesome. Create new account, register new account. Well, that was super anticlimactic evening. So, went to install the tune because I'm thinking, you know, the tune's gonna be loaded on the device, which is what I was told when I ordered it. And then I went back and reread the secondary email chain that I had. And I have to do a remote tuning session with this, which I have no idea. I can, like, they're closed all weekend, so. And they're in Florida, so they're like 3 hours ahead of me. So basically, I gotta do this like Monday somehow in the morning. I don't know. I'll come down here Monday morning and try and do it. But basically, nothing's gonna fire off until then. So it's just gonna be tomorrow. We'll throw in the drive shaft, finish up with the shifter and the trim and the interior, everything that I kind of tore apart. Make it a car again. And then just gotta wait. We'll get it fired up and you'll be here for it. I'll see you later. Good afternoon. Welcome back to the shop. I got a haircut. Just getting ridiculous. I noticed myself always doing this, trying to fix my hair in the camera, so I decided to just chop it off. Anyway, last night, super unmotivating. Not gonna lie, I was pretty done after that. Had 2 burritos and fell asleep. But I fell asleep early and I rested, and I kind of just chilled this morning instead of like getting right back to it, because that's all I've been doing the last few weeks. Work all week, work on the car at night, get here on the weekend, and I'm at it all weekend. And then Monday comes, I get like 4 hours sleep. It's just, I keep doing this to myself. I don't know why. I've said it in the other videos too. I just keep getting like tired and stupid. So this morning, I ran around and grabbed some more stuff. I got a new bench vise for that bench to supplement the small one over there. So I got a 5-inch vise for there that we can use to hold like pipes and stuff, because I'm gonna have to weld up a temporary exhaust for this. I'm not happy about it. Happy I get to weld, I'm not happy that I'm gonna use this junk, but it is what it is. Basically, I made the collectors 2 inches too short, so they don't clear the trans cross member. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my old tailpipes, I'm gonna cut a section, and then I'll just make 2-inch sections that I'm gonna weld in, maybe try and make a slip over. And I'm gonna run those just to get the car to the exhaust shop, hopefully next week. That's kind of the deadline. It'll be like next Friday or Saturday that I have to get it done. So there's that. So I'm gonna clean off the bench here. I'm gonna install the new vise, and then we're gonna cut up some exhaust pipe and weld that up. That's probably all we're gonna get to today. Pretty much everything else is kind of ready to start up. Bled the clutch yesterday. It's just a self-bleeding, like, pump it. For my one motivational piece today, put on the MP Concepts rear deck lid panel. It's a nice color, nice fit. It's got no swirls on it yet. There's one little like weird kind of wow in the top part here, but I mean everything fits. Seems okay. I don't think it'll rattle or anything, and it gets rid of the badge holes, which was key. And I don't have to have a sticker. It just makes the back of the car look cleaner. So anyway, I'm gonna put this down, throw on the Fuji, and get to it. Whatever we get done today is what we get done today. I'm gonna probably take the morning off tomorrow from work so that I can communicate with Lund and get this thing tuned. So I'll probably have you guys tag along for that. I really do want to. I really do want you to see when this thing fires up. It's been a hell of a process. Y'all have been with me through the whole thing, which I really appreciate. So thank you. Anyway, let's do some welding. All right, well the bench is a mess again. There's metal all over the floor, pipe, but I got the collectors mocked up with the V-bands. Well, I welded one side fully, but it's just temporary. It's not gonna stay. Oh, look at those, even there looking at them. But the problem I was having before is this was set 2.5 inches back because I cut the ball end off this, and we cut the ball end off this, which, you know, left that gap. And so it was contacting here, so I just sectioned this, added that in, and it's strong enough it'll hold for now. I think I'm just gonna get them to make me all new, maybe use the collector, I don't know, but I'm gonna get them to make me all new from the header back, I think, and use RTR mufflers just like we have, or have had. Battery died. Anyway, so yeah, that one's all basically welded up and tight, and I'll have to fiddle with it because they are gonna contact a little bit, so I'm gonna have to mess. Probably I might switch sides, swap this one over to here, and see if it's got a better angle or whatever we gotta do. But this one is pretty well mocked up. I had a slip joint that I could actually make work, so I just hammered it over this because the end was all chewed up and cut the V-band off from mocking it up last night with those tacks. I guess I did a good job of tacking it because it did not want to come off. But anyway, so the V-band actually sits nicely over the end of this. So clean it all up, zap this on, make sure it all fits. But basically it's gonna clear, yeah, see the contact, but work that out. But it clears there, which is nice, and it's the same, it turns at the same length. So it worked out. Once those are on, we'll be able to fire the car up. Then we'll just tie up a few loose ends around the car. But I'll catch you guys back here in a little bit. It's a bit of a slower episode. I do apologize. I was really hoping to fire up, but hopefully that happens tomorrow. So we might have some Monday days off action. We'll see. But whatever we get up to, I'll bring you guys along. Anyway, back to it. An exhaust for now. I won't get you too close because it is garbage. But it'll work. Firing up. So I'm gonna use this to get the tune, and then the exhaust shop just make a whole new proper one so that doesn't leak, rattle, and you know, it clears everything, which will be nice. So I'm gonna throw these O2 sensors in, and then I'm gonna call it a night, and hopefully tomorrow, or maybe even Tuesday, I have an update for you guys tuning wise. Fingers crossed. So I'm I'm gonna let this go for now, and I will see you guys back here when we're trying to fire up the car. Thanks for stopping by. Okay. It's writing the file to the ECU. I'm a little scared. It's gonna take a little bit to flash, so I'm gonna set this down, put it up front somewhere so you guys can see when I crank it over. My heart is like, oh, I'm so excited right now. I hope so. It's gonna be loud as fuck. Okay, starting. First try fires up. Oh my god. It fired up. Yeah, wow. The car belched to life like nobody's business. Incredible. That was the first try. The car's still got some codes and stuff that I need to go through. Power steering for some reason was not happy, and it was showing charging system failure or something. I just got to double check some things. I'm so ecstatic right now. I gotta calm down. It's so much work. And it worked. Alright. Guys, it's Wednesday. The car fired up. A couple days behind schedule, but we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it to Power Tour. I'm so happy. This thing sounds insane. I can't fucking wait to drive it. Hey guys. So I don't know where this is gonna show up in what video, but it's Thursday night, exactly 1 week from when we're leaving. Been working on the car all day, well, since I got off work. Fixed a power steering issue, fixed an ABS and traction control issue. All the codes are gone from the car. I displaced and rewired some stuff in the body control harness there. But the car is ready, it runs. I actually drove it yesterday, but I didn't film it. But I'm driving it down to TJ Race to get exhaust put on tomorrow. I'm gonna be pulling an all-nighter here. I've gotta get the bumper back on, cut the holes for the vents in it, and get everything mounted, get the under trays on. Well, if you can hear me, it's fucking loud in here. I'm inside the Verdict, powered by a 5.2, and we're driving! We're actually driving! I'm on my way to the exhaust shop. Well, I'm on my way to TJ Race Engineering to get the exhaust made. I worked until close to 3 a.m. last night, getting everything ready to drive it today. I put the ducting in for the oil cooler and trans cooler. I cut the bumper nice, easy week to get the brakes, get everything done. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good time. Anyway, it's so loud in here. It sounds fucking amazing though. Oh my god, I can't wait till it has proper exhaust. It's gonna be quieter with the RTL mufflers, but I'm gonna get them to do a V-band tailpipe so I can solo full asshole if I want to. Alrighty. I'll catch up with you guys later. I gotta go to work after this. Bye. Ah, that's nice. All right, so back at the shop. I'm working on this oil cooling vent that I made. But basically what I've done is just taken like this ABS sheet and kind of cut it to shape and then bent it to the right plane so that it's a nice straight line, and then got this here to direct air. Didn't go all the way up. What I might do, because I got to take the bumper off again, so I'll just extend that once I do the grill on the inside, because I do need something to protect the oil cooler from getting a giant rock or something. So yeah, nice bead of seam sealer, RWV style. Cover that up, and it's also going to kind of glue this seam together, which is good. So I'm going to throw that on there and goop it, and then we're going to move on to the passenger side. And after that, we'll probably start looking at maybe painting wheels or doing brakes. Got to do a couple major things: heat shield for the cold air, do the ducts, paint the wheels, and brakes this weekend. Do that, we're good to go for. Lay of the land. Oh, there's an ant on there. Okay, so I got the ducting done. Passenger side looks like garbage, but gets us on the road. That's all that matters right now. Moving on to making the heat shield for the cold air, but I'm gonna take a quick break because we've been going at it since like 6 a.m. So it's time to take a quick breather. After we come back, we'll do the heat shield. That'll take probably an hour and a bit, and then the spacers for the O2 sensors should be here tonight. So after I do the heat shield, because the car is on the ground, I don't want to be leaning over too much. So I'll make that, and then I'll put the car in the quick jacks and get the O2 sensors out, get that ready, get some anti-seize in though. Show you the wicked exhaust that Anthony at TJ Race made, and then we'll probably start on the brakes. So moving right along. I'm getting less and less stressed out because the more I do and the more I finish, the more I know we're going to be on the road Thursday morning. See you guys in a few. All right, working on the heat shield for that cold air intake. My first cut done here. Actually, like, clamped a guide down, did it nice and straight. So what I'm doing basically is just doing the old CAD board trick, and then we're transferring it over to the aluminum. I'm going to build it piece by piece, starting with the backing plate that we're going to bolt onto this coupler, and that's going to give us our basis to build the rest of the sides and everything to go around there and on the bottom and everything. So kind of went 8.5 by 8 rectangular, just because it's got a little bit less depth on the height in the engine bay, and I've also got to clear it with the O2 sensor wiring, which I might just honestly extend. But anyway, so we're cutting this up and slowly just gonna pick at it piece by piece, get it bolted on. Okie doke. That's it in the car for now. Kind of thinking I might even just leave it like this, to be honest. There's gonna be a lot of airflow coming up from in here, so I mean I could make a little kick down block off there and something like that, but I don't know, I feel like that's gonna be pretty damn good. Maybe if I get like a big duct that I can bring from that inlet and just kind of situate it here to fire air right at the intake. But like I said, because the vent where the fog light was is open now, it's gonna be a lot of cold air coming in there, so it might help. But honestly, I'm pretty happy with that fit. I mean, these edges could be a lot better. I gotta put actually safety hose on there so I don't gap the hood, but I've only got like one little length left. I might have more actually. Anyway, so I'm gonna throw that piece on and then I'm gonna call it for now. I'm getting tired. I wanna go watch a movie and chill for a bit, but tomorrow we're gonna thrash. And I think we gotta leave the brakes till the weekdays. I think tomorrow we're gonna paint the wheels because that's like the biggest job and I wanna make sure it's done. I don't wanna have to worry about it. So, O2 sensors, we'll do those. That's like 5 minutes. So we're gonna jack up the car tomorrow, take the wheels off, throw the O2 sensors in, start painting the wheels, get that all done. Or I guess I gotta drive it first to see if the tune works. Nah, we'll figure it out in the morning. Anyway, I'm gonna finish up in here and then call it a night. So I'll see you guys later. All right, still in here. Heat shield for the intake is done. Now I'm working on repinning some wires. Well, one wire. So my charging system error, one wire is in the wrong spot. And I'm probably not gonna be able to see it, but there's a beige wire that is for the alternator, for the plug on the back of the alternator. And it is out of, the only one out of position. These two on this top corner here, it's a yellow and a purple. They both have stripes on them, but it's yellow, gray, purple, white. And then the beige needs to get repinned into that spot. Now, here's the problem, is on this connector, it's a larger pin. So what I think I have to do is I'm gonna unpin it, chop it, and then I'm gonna steal the pin off of the old plug, try and uncrimp it and then recrimp it onto that one, and then pin it into the back of the plug. It's the only one out of place. So, I mean, I could jump it with a new wire and splice it in. That was a bitch to do with the power steering one, and I really don't want to do that. I actually have to take the tape and everything off and pull it all apart again, but this will fix the issue. I'm very confident. This is exactly what happened with power steering. It was pinned in the wrong spot. In the scheme of things, realistically, Like if I had done this and known this when it was out of the car, it'd be a 10-minute job. Just because it's in there and I don't want to pull the entire battery, harness, power cables, everything out, unclip them, like that's hours. So I don't want to do that. This is going to take me about 40 minutes to an hour, and it's just tedious, it's just fiddly. So got my picks, I got a cotter pin that I'm going to turn into another de-pinning tool, and we're going to get after this. This will be the last major hurdle for the tune-up part. I think inherently it was getting a misfire from the O2 sensors, but that could also be caused by voltage. If it's not charging, it's not firing plugs. So I guess we'll see what happens. Anyway, I'm gonna fiddle with this and well, just watch me struggle, I guess. Should be a lot of fun. What I've been using as my de-pinning tool is actually a cotter pin that I just file down the end of it, just make it nice and beveled, and it actually comes out perfect size to get into the smaller pins. The bigger pins, the larger pins you can get at with a straight pick, because the tabs are a little bit bigger, and they're the plastic ones, and they're actually closer to the top of plug. So there's that. There. Okay. So the wire is unpinned. I'm gonna grab it, yoink it out the back. I'll show you. Okay. So that's the wire to the alternator. Light over. Right down on this light. Right down in here. Right there. See that plug right here? That beige wire is the middle wire for that. I don't know exactly what that plug does. You'll have to tell me. I just know that it's not sending signal to the right place. It's that simple. I'm just gonna splice it. It'll be fine. We'll go back later. If we ever do something else with this, do it properly. I mean, it's not improper, like those are weather sealed, and like this isn't gonna see a lot of heavy action. It's gonna be taped up and shielded, so it's gonna be fine. So, because I destroyed the wire that I had out, I robbed another one from the alternator circuit on the old harness. Really glad I kept that. And stabbed myself in the finger with a pick, which was awesome. So I'm gonna cut and splice this in, butt connector. Also gotta take off on the backing plate. They put these little, I don't know if you can see in there, there's that little peg. You just gotta break that out, and it opens up the hole. Send the wire through. There's also a rubber weather seal in there that you can pry out if you want, but you don't need to. You can actually get the wire to fish right through it. So, should be fine. Anyway, I'm gonna set this down and let's get this thing dealt with. It's not quite done yet. Man, really wish I didn't put this fucking oil catch can right here. Right now. Put it back together. Gonna plug it in. I'm not gonna start the car tonight. I'm like 99% certain that was the charging system issue, so plug that all in, finish it up, throw the air intake back on. Probably finish off the night just by throwing this thing on the quick jack so that tomorrow morning we throw those O2 sensors in. We'll clear the codes, see if all the codes are gone, drive it, come back, start painting the wheels. See you guys later. Morning, dudettes and dudes. It's another fantastic rainy day here in Maple Ridge. So the major task for today is getting the wheels to all match that one. I've got all the paint, got all the stuff. I bought like those nice super fine sanding sponges to get into like the really tight spots of the wheel, because like sandpaper in your finger just doesn't do it. You need the foaminess to conform to it. So I'll probably be able to knock out sanding the wheels fairly quickly with that. So we're just gonna work on that, and then we'll throw the brakes in. And then I'm gonna start driving the car this week. We'll just see how it goes. Anyway, buddy Steven's stopping by. You've seen him in the last couple videos. And then I'm just gonna keep painting. So I'm gonna grab this fold-out table, set it up in the front there, grab a coffee, throw some tunes on, and we're just gonna be sanding wheels all day. So nothing special. And yeah, I'll show you what it looks like when we get them done. Alrighty, see you in a few. Hey everyone, so we're getting down to the last few days before I leave, and still having some issues with the car, and it's just throwing the P0300 code, which is just random misfire. Maybe there's something wrong with fuel pressure, maybe the DW400 is faulty, I don't know. We have to figure it out. Well, put in an email to the tuner this morning. He said take your old SCTX4 and do a crank relearn. Drove it down to Ford to order some stuff, and I've been cruising on the highway now. After that, not a problem. It's running great. So crank relearn was the ticket, maybe? I don't know. Hey guys. Late on Wednesday. I think it's close to 12. It's 12:01. Supposed to be leaving in like 3 hours. Car's done, 100%. Everything. AC works, power steering works, charging system, it runs. The interior is done. The shifter trim is in, the new steering wheel is in from the old Shelby. Wheels are done, new badge is on, the new verdict sticker is on. It's 2017, this is 2022. New look. We got the grills in for the coolers. Everything's ready. Not the best work, but mine, and it's done. And we're about to drive this thing close to 10,000 kilometers in 2 weeks. It's gonna be a hell of an adventure. Get it. Swapped an engine. We swapped a 5.2 Voodoo out of a wrecked Shelby into this thing in less than a month. Running and driving. Guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm about to go get some sleep and hit the road. Hot Rod Power Tour 2022, going from British Columbia to Florida, all the way back. Thanks for following along with this one. It really means a lot. I'm gonna go finish packing, catch what sleep I can, and get after it. See you on the road. We're in Memphis.